show, we each come in with 5 what we think are the top 5 of something, and then we have to battle it out and get it down to the top 3 agreeable between the 3 of us. That's where it gets ugly.
We don't have Chris with the pen and paper.
All right. I don't know how we're going to keep track of it.
Molly, could you bring us a pen, please?
Yeah, Molly, somebody bring us
okay, she's knitting.
A pen and paper.
Just a pen, yeah.
Here comes Edward.
Oh, he's grabby.
Secretary Edward.
You just rudely grabbed from the old lady.
Yes, he's so crabby.
He's going to push you down in the alley later.
Ruth, he gets a timeout when he gets
He's
so
a ruffian.
moody.
Jeez.
Got that Venom sweatshirt on. You're like, I'm brooding.
You roughed up a grandma.
I can drive now.
I'm a man.
In your face, old lady. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
You know what? Their
I'm
hips
a
are very
man.
fragile, Edward. You better be careful. So, all right. So let's introduce ourselves in the middle here.
I'm Martha Southgate. Oops, sorry, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
I'm Martha Southgate, co-owner of Southgate Media Group.
And next to you,
I am Lil Kanitsa. I host a League of Geeks podcast, and that's Geeks with a Z.
and I'm Rob Southgate, the other co-owner of Southgate Media Group. And I host a lot of stuff. So let's jump into this. John Hughes Movies. Martha, I always let you go first. I prefer that.
Do you want me to give you
do your
background
thing.
on?
Martha actually comes prepared. So go ahead.
A little bit. John Hughes was born. It turns out we could be doing this for his birthday, because he was born on February 18th, 1950. So we could pretend we're doing this because it was just February 18th recently. He died August 6th, 2009 of a heart attack. Very young.
Very young.
He was married his whole adulthood to the same woman, which is unusual in Hollywood. And they have 2 kids, John, who is now a musician, and James, who's a writer. Is it you, James?
James, is it you? Are you John Hughes' son?
I don't think he's here.
He left. He's escaped.
Yeah. He's out there.
Done
I
with
see
you
him.
people.
And
There he is.
I liked. So he dropped out of University of Arizona. I thought that was kind of an interesting.
I stayed at University of Phoenix.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Whatevs. And
Heck of a football team.
his heroes were
Oh my
Bob
God.
Dylan, John Lennon, and Picasso.
Crappy heroes.
I liked that. All right. Anyway, go ahead. We can talk now. We can do
That's
the
awesome.
My heroes are Spider-Man, Darth Vader.
show. My heroes are Rob Southgate and Alil Kanitsa.
Yeah.
I should be everyone's hero. That is true.
That's
That's
why every
such a
night
lie.
she sings to me. Did you ever know that you're my
Yes,
hero?
you are the wind beneath my wings.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yep. We all know that's a lie. So, Martha, what's your first one? Let's hear it. I want to jump right into it.
I don't have them in order, but of course, my personal is 16 Candles.
Oh, yeah.
And we are going to a wedding this summer, and I did say that Rob and I were going to recreate. I'm going to dress. I'm not even in the wedding, but I'm going to get a pink bridesmaid's dress, and he's going to rent a Porsche, and he's going to wait for me outside the church, and we're going to reenact the whole scene from 16 Candles
Or
as elderly people.
I'm going to pull up in a Kia with Molly in the backseat, smelling faintly of gas because I've been driving for hours.
It's going to be similar to that.
It's going to be just like 16
But
Candles.
16 Candles is one of my all-time favorite teenage memories. I love the movie. I love everything about it.
No.
I do not.
All right. Moving right along. So you said 16 Candles.
I loved everything about 16
you're not doing this
Candles.
in
I'm not doing it in
order.
order. I just had to put that as my first one because that's the first one that always comes top of my head from.
I also think it's important when we say these to say what the involvement is, because he didn't direct a lot.
Well, I don't have my phone
He did
for me to
direct
do.
and he wrote.
Okay.
Correct.
So that is an important distinction, even though I think it's funny. We usually come into it with our own criteria of what we think, how we could determine our list. In this case, we actually, for the first time, kind of set a preset criteria. We said he's either got to be writer, director, or both, not his producer credits, not acting credits, nothing like that. So we do have that criteria, but I think it's important to say if he just directed it, if he just wrote it. All right? So this is writer, director, 16 Candles. I'm with it too.
No.
Well, no.
I will beat you
Wow.
with this
And
microphone.
I love 16 Candles. I really do. I mean, it's hard for me because I love so many of his movies.
Yeah, me too, man.
But if I'm going to pick one from this kind of in my feel where it hits me in the feels in the same way, I'm going Pretty in Pink.
Oh no. You know why? Jake
Are
Ryan.
you serious?
Jake Ryan over Ducky.
Jake Ryan to me,
like over Andrew McCarthy, can't do it. So as a
Pretty
girl,
no, it's for me. It's not. It's Ducky. Thank you.
yeah, I know.
It's
No.
Pretty in Pink. Love Pretty in Pink.
Ducky's
and
the
he
best
wrote
part
it.
of that movie, but 16 Candles is so far superior.
You know, there's some slapstick comedy with 16 Candles. I'll blame you again.
I understand.
Asking
It's
me
hard.
for a top 5, it's probably right there, 5, 6. I mean, these are right there. And
Yeah.
if I'm going to pick one of the two, if I'm going home and I'm going to watch a movie, and these are the 2 DVDs in front of me, I'm going to put in Pretty in Pink before I put in.
I'm picking 16
Really?
Candles every time.
Yeah. Now wait a minute. Is that one of your choices then?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it hit your 5?
No,
It doesn't hit my 5 either.
it
fine.
didn't hit my
How do you-
top 10.
Now, do you think
the
that we're
soundtrack, however,
wrong? Do you think we're wrong? Do you think Pretty in Pink should be in the top 5
Pretty
audience?
in Pink or Sweet or 16 Candles?
No, not either or. Do you think Pretty in Pink deserves to be in the top 5?
Has anyone here even seen it?
Has anyone heard of John Hughes?
What'd you say? Okay.
Can somebody show her
She's
the
like,
exit?
Home Alone is the best. And
You're,
I'm like, no!
you're the only other. You're the only other one who would have been teenager, a teenage girl all over Jake Ryan.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So no, my eyes twitching.
Well, it wasn't
Jake
all Jake Ryan
Ryan
for me. I think it was Michael Anthony Hall for me.
Yeah, he was really good at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Long Duck Dong.
Long Duck Dong. The
The Donger, man. Okay. So no, so we didn't.
Automobile?
He and I. Okay, so we didn't pick that. So Rob, what's yours?
Wow.
I put too many. I went over 5.
You know what? It's really difficult. That's why when we get to the 3, it's going to be really
yeah, we're
hard.
gonna fight.
I think, and there are a lot that I think are really great. This might be my number 1 though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot this one fast. Planes, Trains, and
I
Automobiles.
have that. Did you put that one?
No.
Planes,
They
Trains,
were
and Automobiles.
pillows. Those aren't pillows.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in my.
Okay.
It's just.
Yeah, I know the way I say that. Yep.
All right.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think that deserves to be in the
Okay.
top 3, if not number 1. And I see whenever we all have our criteria. For me, and this one he wrote it and directed it. But for me, this is like the most advanced of the scripts. A lot of them, like you said, they're kind of slapstick. They're funny. They're well written, really well developed. But this one, he went somewhere else. He
went all over. He was in a bus.
Yeah, right.
I'm
But
kidding.
it
Plane, a
not only
train,
had
an automobile.
really, really great, acting and writing, but like character development was
Keep
exceptional.
booing him. Keep booing him.
And yeah, and it
Thank you,
it
Edward.
went places
Go beat up
for
old
me,
ladies somewhere.
superior to some of the other films. So to me, that's number 1.
Yeah, I will.
I don't have it as my number 1.
No.
But you have it in your top
but it's
5.
in my top 5.
Okay.
Martha, in your top 5?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
I win Pop Culture Countdown tonight.
I am going to go with the obvious Home Alone.
No.
How is that not obvious?
No.
Really, Robert? Home
So
Alone?
many better movies. No.
Home Alone is classic.
Wait, I got to go through what my
Not to me. I will
I
never
gotta go
watch
through
that
what my
movie
5
again.
No?
are again in my head.
No?
I will not even
Not
let my
top
kids
five?
watch
No.
that movie.
It doesn't make my top 5. It's great. Love watching it. We watch it every year.
More than once.
Not my top 5.
No.
And here's the really tough thing about it.
It was in one of your top 5 Christmas movies.
Written by yes. Oh yes. That one is written by Chris Columbus. And John Hughes really made Chris Columbus, who we have a lot to thank for. So love Chris Columbus.
All right.
He directed the Harry Potter movies. He produced
So
them all
no
the way.
Home Alone.
Thank
Right,
you,
your
Chris.
turn.
I'm going with, in my opinion, the obvious
Which?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I have that.
Yeah, that's got to be on there.
That, especially after Deadpool's end of the credits.
Right. That one. No, I'm just looking at where we're
Get
at.
your hands
I'm
up.
not. I don't
Get
care
your
what yours
eyes
are.
and hands off
I don't
my
care what
list.
yours are.
Cheater.
Don't care what yours
You
are.
didn't even write your list.
No,
down.
I know what they are.
You didn't even.
No, but I know I have it.
No, I've got 2 more, and I know exactly what they are.
All right, go.
Because we've hit 3 of them so far.
Wait, who did Ferris Bueller? You-
Me.
I did Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller for sure.
No, I mean, no, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Okay.
Okay. This is where it starts getting really difficult.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't I go last?
No.
She went. I went. Now you go. I
It's
just
your
did
turn.
Ferris Bueller.
Why are you not
All right.
understanding?
All right.
that?
He's not ready. Do I have to go again?
I'll tell you what,
It's
it's
not
not.
that hard. There's only 3 of us.
It's not flubber. I'll tell you that right
All right.
now.
So what is it? It's because he wasn't prepared.
No, I am prepared. This is what happens. I start looking
All right.
and I start
How
changing
about
my
we
mind.
go
No,
with-
I'm going to go with the one.
See what happens if you just say that?
The
and he
one.
all of a sudden has his answer. Right?
No, because
Right
this
there.
is the one this isn't the one I'm debating on. There's
All
one
right.
I'm debating on.
Go.
Breakfast Club.
All right. I have
Once
that.
again-
The
I think-
second best movie, I think, after Ferris Bueller.
I think once again,
All 3 of us have it.
like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, he developed as a filmmaker here. I think this is where it's a lot more interesting. The problem is there are like the scene when what's his name? Repo Man. What's his name? Sheen.
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez yells and it breaks the glass. Like, I hate that scene. That's garbage. But the rest of it,
I never had a strong reaction.
fantastic. Oh, I think it's stupid. But the rest of it, I love.
Okay.
And I think that deserves to be in his top 3.
All right.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
thought the obvious other one would be Vacation.
Yeah.
Not Christmas Vacation, but regular.
And not the remake of Vacation.
And not the remake of Vacation, but the actual original Vacation. Does everybody have that?
No. And I do love the vacation movies. It's just
So
there
just
to
2
me
of
there are other better.
Well, I didn't say it, Marth.
You don't have yours?
No, but I am going to say it. That's the one I've
You're
been
giving me
debating
a
on.
pity one.
Well, that was number 5. That was where
Well,
I've
I'm
been
not
kind
done, 'cause I
of
cheated.
debating on.
That's 7. That's my next.
That
But I
is
don't think
my
Uncle
next-
Buck goes
Is that what you're
above
doing?
this.
I have that one.
I think it
I don't
does.
think Uncle Buck goes above this.
Okay, but Uncle Buck is pretty
Uncle
awesome.
Buck is a pretty great movie.
But I don't know if it beats out Vacation in terms of the quotes and the sort of the longevity of, and how many things are referenced from
Yes.
Vacation is ridiculous.
Here-
And the parodies and everything.
Here is where I differ on that. I agree. Believe me, Vacation. Absolutely love that movie. But I think what makes Vacation takes it to the next level in the minds of everyone is Chevy Chase ad-libbing a lot of stuff. Hughes wrote it. Ramis directed it. But I think with Uncle Buck, he had more control over it. It was more of his fingerprints all over it. I think Vacation, to me, when I look at that movie, I see more of Chevy than I see of John Hughes.
I could see that. Okay, I can go with that.
I still don't.
But we're putting it.
I think that he used Chevy in such a way that other directors weren't able to. So I think it really does show that he had the skill. Yes, he was able to kind of beat Chevy and do his thing throughout it. But name another movie where Chevy is as effective.
Well, and you know what?
And I like some of the Chevy Chase stuff, but there aren't movies.
I
as
read
good
an
for him.
article
Except Fletch.
where after when John Hughes died, and they had Molly Ringwald, they interviewed her, and they said which director out of all that she had worked with, brought out the best performance out of you, and she said John Hughes, and she said other people did other things better, but he absolutely brought out the best performance I've ever.
And I think that's where my
And I think that's what
comes
he did
from.
here.
But
I think
Hughes
he
didn't
does that with
direct-
Chevy.
He didn't direct Chevy. It was Ramis. He wrote the script. I mean, he wrote Vacation based on
So-
a short story.
Okay,
And that's
your
where I'm going.
argument
Like,
is valid.
I agree with that. I think it was used, but I think
That's a
when you
good
look
argument.
at it, it was more Ramis letting Chevy take it
Just be crazy.
to his
So-
next level.
Okay,
Because
so
a
if
lot
we
of that,
go-
even the ending was redone.
if we go by that criteria, what's really happening then is not him as a writer, but him as a director.
Well, I'm looking at the whole package, but you're right. I mean, believe me,
Because
Vacation
your
was
argument,
great.
if you have any of them where he's the writer,
But that's
your
where-
argument is still is invalid. But I'm actually kind of swaying your way, because where he is the most effective, where we see his greatest talent, is when he writes and directs. And in that case, this is where I might switch Vacation to Uncle Buck.
I mean, this
So
is where
we're going
you
Uncle
said,
Buck.
I'm switching to Uncle Buck.
Wait,
we're-
he never said Uncle Buck.
we're arguing like percentage points in
I
each
know.
direction, for these
I
movies.
know these are brutal shows.
And that's why I'm
Okay.
looking. That's why I'm looking at like where was the biggest impact. You look at something like Uncle Buck, and yes, John Candy was terrific. But you look at the whole story of it and everything. I think he directed Candy a lot better than I think that he wrote Chevy Chase in Vacation.
Okay. So let me just tell you guys.
Yeah.
We have all tied on Uncle Buck, Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club, and Planes, Trains,
Oh,
and
so somebody's
Automobiles.
got to get caught.
So we get to decide now what
But here's the amazing
goes.
thing. We've got 4 with 3 votes.
really good movies.
That doesn't happen.
I would say of these, it should be Uncle Buck.
Let's just vote.
that
No,
goes.
let's
How
just
about,
vote.
okay, Curly Sue. Did anybody mention that?
I love Curly Sue.
Let's
That's
just,
my guilty pleasure.
let's just revote.
I love that bathtub mostly. I want the bathtub. All right.
As I said, let's just revote. You only get 3 votes. You
Okay.
have 4 movies, 3 votes.
Okay, go ahead.
So first one, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay.
It is in my top 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Top 3.
I just voted that we just take Uncle Buck off and leave it Ferris
Okay.
Bueller, Breakfast Club, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. What do you guys think?
I agree with that.
All right, I'm good with that too. Again,
I
we're
mean,
arguing percentage
This
points
really
here.
isn't fighting because
Well, and if
I think
you
Uncle
look
Buck's
at,
great.
All
but
right,
I
so
think
now-
that-
but if
which
you
one's the
look at
best?
these 3,
I think they stand tall over the other ones.
yeah, and they're different. Each one is from a different period, of like his career.
Not really. They're all a year apart.
Yeah, they are. They're all right in there.
I
But
think it's
if-
86,
but
87,
this was
88.
his teenager.
this is
The-
where
the
he.
Ferris
But so is Ferris
Bueller,
Bueller is this
but
teenager.
it never fit with Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. It was a completely different tone.
I
There
think
was
what
like
it
a whole
shows
different movie.
is you're right. These are 3 totally very different films. And going back to your point about getting the performance out of Candy, look at the performances he got out of the people in these
Yeah.
movies. I mean, Matthew Broderick.
Mhm. When did
Well,
he ever do anything
I've
that
seen him and
good
stuff.
again?
Even Steve Martin playing more of a straight man role.
And Steve Martin's a great actor, but man, in that movie, that might be
The
Steve Martin.
curmudgeon straight man. I
Yes.
mean, he's playing Rob Southgate.
I can
He was.
relate
He
to
totally
the
was.
curmudgeon straight man.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
How dare you?
okay, so we've landed on Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Wow.
Would any of you have chosen differently?
Anybody? Or is that the 3? Did we really nail it?
Did we miss one that you feel like really belonged in the top 3?
Weird Science, possibly?
Which one?
I love Career Opportunity.
What is
I-
that?
You've never seen Career Opportunities?
Oh, is that
from
the one
88?
with, where she works after hours?
Or they're at, she doesn't work. They're just locked in the Target. He
Yeah.
works at.
Yeah, I
And
remember
you
that
think
one.
that
Good
should be in the
Times.
top 3?
I don't think that should be in the top 3.
Top 10,
The
sure.
what?
Great,
Oh,
Great
no.
Outdoors,
Compared
man.
to these? No.
So many good movies. I mean, it's
Did
just
I
like,
enjoy it? Yes.
love the Great Outdoors.
But not
Yeah,
not
he's still
this.
got movies
No, not
coming
better
out
movies.
that he wrote. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
He wrote The Grisbys Go Broke. He wrote the screenplay for that. That's not even out yet. Watch, it's probably out and I got it wrong. Did you say Just Visiting?
Yeah.
What the hell is that? That's it looks bizarre. Is that Uma Thurman in that or somebody? That's funny.
I don't know that one.
Oh, he did the Beethoven. He wrote the Beethoven movies.
Oh no.
Yes, he did.
Once again, wait a minute. Brian
Not
Levent,
this
Who
one.
said that?
Brian Levent directed Beethoven,
I've got
which
kids
is why
too.
Brian Levent directed Jingle All the Way and Chris Columbus. So there is that tie there. They all did Jingle All the Way because of the John Hughes connection.
you just want to have a connection.
No, I'm just seeing it. We're doing 6 Degrees of Rob Southgate here. Baby's Day Out. You love that one. Oh, wait a minute. The remake of Miracle on 34th Street.
I
I love that one. You guys
I
see
love
that
that
one, the
movie.
remake? You thought it was going to be terrible, and then it was like
like both
amazing.
of them.
Yes. Dennis the Menace didn't love. There's Career Opportunities. It's got that guy in Jennifer Connelly's shirt.
It's got that guy.
Dutch.
Oh
Dutch. That doesn't deserve to be in the
No.
top 3, but
no.
Ed O'Neill's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Mom.
I love Mr. Mom. That is a great movie.
I don't think that should be in
Well,
top 3.
It
But
should
if we,
be like top.
if we
I
went to
can't
top
remember.
5, I think Mr. Mom would definitely make the cut.
I don't know about that. Weird Science. I mean,
I don't think it would. I don't think Weird Science would be.
No.
you think Weird Science? You think Mr. Mom is better than Weird Science?
Oh
do.
yeah,
Wow.
I love
like
Mr.
Weird
Mom.
Science.
Who wants to vote on that?
Okay.
Mr. Mom or Weird Science?
All right. Which
Mr.
one?
Mom.
Mr. Mom.
Wait, Mr. Mom?
Yeah. Well, you have to raise your
You
hand.
gotta raise your hand.
It's all the women.
Weird Science.
Weird Science. All the men.
Yeah. All the ones we
want
saved
to
from
create
their
a
mother's
woman.
basements.
All the women want the men
There's
to
a
clean the house.
reason we
I'm
like Weird
curious.
Science, but yeah, I just didn't think it was as good a movie.
Yeah. No, I think we did it. I think this is I think we did it proud.
I think so.
Oh, he did Nate and Hayes. You remember that movie? You remember that movie, Nate and Hayes? Ah, you'd know it if you saw it. That was on HBO like every day when I was in high school. I watched that movie over and over. That's like that Tom Selleck one.
I don't know.
Your
over
dad's
and
going to
over.
remember something from 40 years ago?
Yeah. He also, here's a crazy thing. Did you know there was an Animal House TV series? It was called Delta House.
Mhm.
It's only 5 episodes. He wrote those.
Hmm.
Those were terrible. I loved them. I watched
They're not
all of them
making my
over and
list.
over, but they were terrible.
Hmm.
Just like Under the... I would. You know what's better? Delta House is a lot better than Under the Dome.
Well, and it ended nice and quickly,
Yeah.
which Under the Dome did not.
He was also a co-writer on something about Nikola Tesla. Interesting.
All
All right, is that it? Did
Yeah,
we do it?
we did it.
So,
There you
Oh, I
go.
forgot she's having a baby.
What were you gonna? What were you gonna say?
Do you guys think these top 3 are going to stand the test of time? Because
Yes.
if it was set with nowadays technology and social media, it wouldn't even be as impressive. Like planes, trains, automobiles, they have cell phones.
Yeah, it's over. The movie's
Yeah.
done in 5 minutes.
Right.
Oh, he would have called
But
an
as far
Uber.
as far as
And
the enjoyability of the film,
Teenagers nowadays are going to find these movies as impactful as the rest of
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles isn't for the teenagers, but the ones who are in their 20s, absolutely.
Well, and the like 16 Candles and Pretty in
Yeah,
Pink.
they'll
and those,
relate to that.
they like them
for
because
sure.
it's like a cult thing. Like it feels like
Jenny,
you're
you're a teenager. Do you like these?
she doesn't
16
know what
Candles?
we're talking about. Yeah,
See? Can't attest
Molly?
to Jenny.
Not your typical teenager.
Molly, have
hasn't
you?
seen these.
Have,
Watch Game of Thrones.
right. Well, Molly's seen Christmas Vacation. She's seen Miracle on 34th Street, and probably other things
All right.
that I don't remember. Home Alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she.
So
Really,
yeah, do I
so-
think that'll stand the test of time? I really do because the quality of the storytelling is there. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, yes, you could solve it in 2 seconds, but you know what? There are so many older films that you go, the technology now would negate that, and it doesn't matter. If it's a good story, it's a good story.
The other
You
thing
can look
is,
at it as a period piece from that time.
I'm going to throw a different view on this, and I think this is they just gave me the perfect example. They're asking their daughter about all this. Why? Because they grew up watching it.
Mhm.
Everything I grew up watching, my kids all watch.
Right.
You know, they've seen
Right.
everything that I grew up watching. You know,
Friday
we're
the
watching
13th,
Goonies, Friday,
Alien.
not
Yeah,
Friday the
Goonies,
13th.
yeah.
They did watch
Yeah.
Alien, but we, Goonies and stuff like that. So, yeah. So once the movies go through generations, I think that's where it hits.
well,
And because I think the 80s was kind of that epitome of cinema,
Mhm.
where now you see an explosion of movies that are all being remade from this era.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this era had something special to it, and John Hughes was very
don't remake Ferris Bueller.
No.
Please.
When the
If
other
Hollywood
thing,
tries to remake
with
that,
Zac
they need to
Efron
shut
as
Yeah.
Ferris
Oh
Bueller.
no!
but the other thing is, I think that
Oh.
with teenagers and 20-somethings, this was like Pretty in Pink. This was such a snapshot of the 80s. 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Uncle
it-
Buck,
it-
all of these. And what like when we were teenagers in the 80s, we were
I was not.
doing throwing back to 60s.
Yeah, 60s
and
and like
going,
Happy
oh.
Days, the 50s stuff was popular. And that,
But no,
these
but like
movies
we were
spot on. Like the music and everything
Yeah.
was so spot on, and there was nothing else that was hitting that way.
and we were seeking out things that mainstream wasn't
Like at that
paying
time, I'll
attention
never
to
forget
at that time, and I
going and
think that they
seeing
still do that.
Breakfast Club, and it opens up with a quote from David Bowie, and then it has that Simple Minds song,
Yeah,
which now is wrote. But then, I mean,
It was
That didn't
big
happen.
deal. Yeah.
That's like when Tarantino started putting all the funky, music
Yes.
in his films, and you were like, "Whoa, listen to this soundtrack." That's how impactful this was.
Yeah.
Nobody did that,
Right. And I think
and the music
that
was spot on for us.
and the music is still a lot of like our podcasters. We have podcasters who are in their 20s and they love Money Men and
Yeah.
The Cure and all these 80s bands. And so to me, this just falls right in.
Men Without Hats got to do the safety dance.
I don't think that was in this though.
No, it wasn't, but it's that time.
Anyway, yeah. So I think that
That video had a
between
midget.
the music and just the genre, I
Terrible.
think that
Terrible.
that it would stand. And Home Alone, people are going to be watching,
Oh yeah.
and Vacation
Hate
and all
that
those. I
movie.
think they're going to be watching that forever.
I have so much hate for Home Alone.
I have so much love
Why
for
do you
Home
hate
Alone.
Home Alone?
I just
I don't
never-
have love for the
even as a
sequels.
kid. I was a kid when it, I was 10 when it came out.
I
just
love that
always
movie.
hated it. I always thought it was dumb.
I love that movie.
All
There's
right.
no way this family's
You
going to
shut
leave
up,
this kid.
All right, you timestamp us before this gets ugly.
All right.
Home Alone is
That's it.
terrible.
For today, for February 20th, 2016, the top 3 John Hughes movies, according to right now in this minute, which really could change by the time I finish the sentence. We've got Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast Club, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's it. Stamped. Shut up. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you, Blue Box. We'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, it's like a choose your own adventure.
Ferris Bueller.